moving day. We've been up since about 6 this morning and we're wiped out. The trucks are full. We're about to take our last drive out of this driveway, and this is the last time I'm gonna look at this beautiful view out here. So the family is just loading up Alex's truck.
Hey, can you do this strap? I think I messed it up.
Okay, I'll come down. Alright, so this is the last of it and we should be good, right?
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going to do it. Today was insane, but we made it.
Yay, alright.
I'm going to sleep once we start getting on the road.
Yeah, that might not be good with a 5,000-pound trailer behind you, a camper.
You can sleep when you get there.
Yeah.
Can you?
I'll come down.
Yeah.
We no longer have a home. We've driven away from our house and we are on our way to Camping World to pick up our campers and get trained on how to use them.
And I have a toothache. It's not a toothache, it's a where my tooth was pulled ache. And our Advil and Tylenol are way in the back of the truck. And I'm trying to get our campers insured too. But you know what? This is exciting and we are, sad about leaving our house, but really excited about this adventure.
All right, this is it. It's really real. It's happening. Let's go get our campers.
Nervous, but ready.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of weight in the
It's the
back.
first time I'll ever have towed anything too, so.
Right, you didn't have to do the U-Haul a couple of days ago. That would have
Right.
been a nice little bit of practice.
It was for you at least.
Yeah, all right. So I guess we're driving around back.
Yep.
I think I backed up a little close. I'm gonna have to pull forward to switch that ball on the hitch.
This, do we have a plug going with ours? We obviously do. Or do they, right?
What?
This is the electric plug, right?
Well, that's the outlet. If we need a cable, we'll have to get one.
Okay. Now what happens when you go to the any camping place, and pay?
Usually, I believe they have a, well, why don't you ask Robbie?
Oh, okay.
So they're going to do that one since that was less stuff, and then he'll come down and you'll all do this, and he's going to put your TV mounts in for you
Nice.
also.
Okay.
So they're down there walking through right
Okay.
now. You're more than welcome to hang out inside. It's
Yeah.
air conditioned in
Okay.
there. I'm going to go get those
Can we
TV
bring
mounts.
our little kitty in? She's in a bag.
You got a cat?
Yeah.
Let's see. You got love cats.
She's
Don't put that on the internet. I love
she's
cats.
an outdoorsy cat. Before we go over there,
Uh-huh.
do we need our own cable?
It comes with one.
That's what I thought.
It'll come
Okay.
with one. They'll all
Okay.
come with one.
So cool. We've got a lot to learn.
There is quite a bit to them.
Yeah.
So, if you'd like to do it.
He just went to the bathroom, so he should be ready.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to
Okay.
wait or?
Yeah, he probably should be a part of
Okay,
this
cool.
so we
Yeah,
can both
we'll
see it.
definitely wait on
Okay, awesome.
But,
oh, here he is. He's coming.
If you want to, we'll start out at the front
Yeah,
and work our
okay.
way around.
Can we leave Odin in here? Is that the
I'll
better?
take him.
Okay.
All right. So up here, we've got two 20-pound griller tanks, both of them fully purged and filled, and a brand new 24 deep cycle battery. Right here.
Okay.
And then, of course, you do have your docking light right here, and then your retracting stem as
Okay.
well. And all of this, same with you, I'll go over the hookup and how to
Okay.
hitch and everything
Right.
once we have the weight and sways installed.
Excellent.
Let's talk about your battery here for a minute, because there's a few ways of charging your battery. One, you do have and this acts as a trickle charger. It's really not putting full 12 volt to the battery. All it is trickle charging your battery. This is your solar charger.
Okay.
If you choose to purchase one, that's where you plug that in. We're plugged into shore power right now. That's charging your battery. And once you're traveling down the highway through your 7-way cord, the alternator through your tow vehicle is going to charge your battery as well. But all of that is going to charge your battery only if your battery disconnect is on.
Okay.
That has to be on for it to charge.
Okay.
Even when it's plugged into shore power, if it's off, you can have everything still running, but it's not charging the battery. Your switches for them are right here. So the one furthest away is going to be your rear stabilizers.
Okay.
The one right here closest to you is going to be your front stabilizer.
Okay.
So that's definitely not a bad idea. As I was explaining to him, these are just stabilizer jacks. They're not leveling jacks, but you can level with them with building blocks on one side or
Okay.
the other if you need it.
Okay.
Here is your fresh tank and your city water connection.
So what's the difference?
What the difference is your fresh tank is pulling strictly from your onboard freshwater tank. That's say if you were boondocking or out in the woods or anything like that, away from an actual city water source. Of course, you'd want to make sure that was full before you got out there.
Yep.
On the monitor panel inside, I'll go over that when we get in there, but you'll be able to tell how much water you have in each one of your tanks just
Okay.
from that monitor panel.
All right, so that we would fill up when we want to use the water tank that's not connected to the city water, which would be a straight line in.
Exactly, yes. So city water has absolutely nothing to do with your water pump.
Yep.
All the water pump does is, like I said, pull directly from your onboard fresh tank.
Okay.
Since we're still talking about the fresh tank, we'll go ahead and point out that right here is your fresh tank drain.
Oh, okay.
So if you're going to, say it's summertime and you're going to be storing your unit away for an extended amount of time, I'd say even a week,
Yeah.
I would make sure to have, I'll show you the low point drains, but I'd make sure to have the fresh tank drain and the 2 low point drains open. All right, that's your fresh tank side. Your city water side, if you don't have one already, you need a water pressure regulator. They can handle more than 60, 65. I wouldn't go that high. Your joints will leak if you don't have a water pressure regulator. And you have water pressure that, like we run about 100 PSI or so here. So I have a water pressure regulator in my bay that I use all the time. Sets me at about 50 PSI. Your water pump puts out 55.
Okay.
So they do sell adjustable pressure regulators inside, but the one that I use, it's like $14 or so roundabout. Sets you at 50 PSI. So,
Okay.
and that's still plenty enough for your shower.
And where'd you get it?
Inside here.
Oh,
Yeah, we
okay.
sell them.
Okay.
So, yeah, little brass.
Yeah,
fixture fitting.
I'm familiar. I did a lot of pipe fitting and stuff. So one of the things that I was reading on the internet about getting a inline filter, water filter, because you never know if you're city water,
Exactly,
how
yeah.
good that water's going to be. I'm sure that screen's just a particle filter, right?
Yeah, this is just for the flow through the water hose. Yeah.
Yeah.
This would not be actually what cleans your water. to make
Right.
it
So
100%
getting the regulator and an inline filter.
Action on your waste hose, because you're going to have to purchase one. So you'll hook up your hose head right here and run the other end into the dump station. At that point, you'll go ahead and open up your black tank, let it drain, fully drain, until you see like just this flow almost stop, completely slow down. Close back your wastegate here, open up your gray tank, let it dump all the way completely, and close it back. Now what I do is I'll open up my black tank wastegate again at the end. That's when you attach your water hose to your black tank flush. Still want to use a water pressure regulator on this as well.
Okay.
It's not a direct feed to the black tank, it goes through a vacuum breaker. which is you don't want to overpressurize that. So still 50 psi.
Okay.
Is what you
So
want
you
to be
need
running.
two, one for there, one
No,
for
you
here?
can use the same one.
Because
Okay.
what the vacuum breaker does is a check valve. It allows water through one direction without allowing the water from inside the tank to flow back out of this.
Okay,
So you can use the same water hose.
Okay.
It's not going to cause a problem at all.
okay.
You have your black tank wastegate open, and you're putting water pressure to your tank flush. You just want to wait and watch and see until you get pretty much clear water flow out through your hose. At that point, what I'll do is I'll close back my black tank wastegate, making sure you don't forget about it and walk away, because it will flood your black tank after a while, and it'll flood out your toilet, which nobody ever wants that to
Right.
happen. So close this back as you're putting water to your black tank for 30-45 seconds, and then cut the water pressure off and leave that little bit of water in the bottom of your tank, because a dry black tank is no good. You always want to have a little bit of water in the bottom.
Okay.
There's a lot of customers will be coming to use our dump station, and I don't know whether they have a hose or not, but there's been people, we don't do this, but people that have broken waste hoses will just throw them out around the dump station and just drive off and leave them. That causes some customers to think that
They can
they can
use
use
them.
it. And we've had some bad things happen
Oh,
whenever
yeah, I
that.
bet. Yeah.
Needless to say what has
Right.
happened, but it can get really
Yeah.
bad.
Okay.
So, if you have your own hose, you use your own hose.
Yeah.
It's the most sanitary thing to do anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to use somebody else's hose for their waste, you know.
no,
That's
absolutely.
pretty damn gross.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind. If you see hoses on the way at a waste station,
Don't touch them.
don't touch them.
Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Leave the hoses alone, Jill.
I'll take your advice and yours too.
There we go. I'll provide cable. And so you'll hook up your coax to this, and that's going to distribute cable throughout the rest of your camper.
Okay.
All right. And so your spare tire here, you have a second port for the same hose that goes in your hot and cold outside shower. This is just straight cold water.
Okay.
So you can hook it up there, you can hook it up here. either
Okay.
way. All right. So this awning has a pitch adjustment right here. All you have to do is pull down,
Oh,
and that allows for rain runoff.
okay.
Or if it's late evening and the sun's beaming
Yeah.
down on you, you can pull down both sides and it gives you a little bit extra shade.
Okay.
Also, you can leave these in this position, even if it's just one and not both. You can leave it in this position and run your awning in, and it's going to straighten itself
Oh,
back out.
okay.
So no need to be concerned about that. It's not going to damage it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, seems like something I might get concerned about.
It's happened with
You?
the older styles.
Chill, Jill.
All right. And here we've got your little mini fridge.
The beer fridge.
Beer fridge. Yep. And has a little freezer compartment also.
Now, does that also run off the propane?
No, this is
Okay.
110.
Okay.
This is 110.
And so the 110 only works when you're plugged in, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm glad you said that. Goes back to what you was talking about as far as systems go that you can run in this unit. I explained everything that's 12 volt. Generator will provide 100% 110 power.
Yeah.
Totally enough to run your microwave and your air conditioner.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I'd get with the sales or the retail people and tell them you have a 30 amp system and how many ACs you have. I think you only have one. I'm not sure. And they'll be able to set you up with what you need as far as.
Okay.
What, is mine 30 amp too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They're both 30.
All right, and then your little outside table here, and your
Ice tray.
Okay.
outside GFCI wall outlet for your 110. And here is your refrigerator access panel. So anywhere that there's a anywhere there's a burner housing or a heat vent burner housing, you want to make sure that there's no bugs or any kind of nest being built in there. So you'll just want to visually check back in here, and if there is anything, go ahead and clean that out immediately. So, I mean, it's obviously a fire hazard.
Yeah, you don't unscrew it, you just look back there. Is that
Yeah,
what you're
you
saying?
can just look back there,
Okay.
but if there is something and you can't get to it, yeah, you can unscrew these three
Yeah.
and get easier access to.
Okay.
But everything else I would leave alone.
Okay.
But just make sure that there's no types of nests being built here. As a matter of fact, I forgot to mention this to you. There was a guy who worked here last year that did a bunch of our walkthroughs, and he was a full-time RVer. Like, he lived in an RV. And I don't know personally if it's true or not, but I always heard him say this, so I figure it's good to let people know. He says that you can put a dog's flea and tick collar in here, actually, and just let it sit
that
right
would
there.
make
And it'll
sense,
actually
yeah.
keep the bugs away.
Okay.
So,
Ah,
something you could try out.
Yeah.
that's a good life hack.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do sell metal mesh coverings that go over your vents here and here. I'm sure you've probably seen them before, but we sell them inside. It's just a little spring that attaches here that holds that mesh over
okay.
this. So, and you can leave it there. It's
Yeah.
it's not for storage. You can actually
Okay.
leave it on there while you're using it.
So does it prevent yourself from burning yourself, or what is it?
That's just an added layer.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Added layer of protection
Oh, okay.
away from the bugs.
And that's for this too.
Yeah, so this opens and this stays, so you'll have to remove it when you're doing that, but it's still a good idea to have one on there.
Oh, okay.
But just like this, you do want to make sure that you keep an eye out in there, making sure no nests are being built. Electric and propane, you can run both of them at the same time. If you do run both of them, 9 times out of 10, the propane is going to ignite first, get up to temperature, and then the electric side is going to maintain the water temperature. Unless you're just in a shower pumping straight cold water into it and using the hot water, then the propane is going to reignite. But the electric side, if you're only using the electric side, it's going to take a while longer to get as hot as the propane does. It'll take
Okay.
maybe 10-15 minutes
Okay.
from the time you light the propane till you have really hot water. For your hot water tank, drain plug, and so it, like I said, it has a temperature sensor built in, so you're not going to constantly burn through all your propane. But if it does start to get a little too pressurized or hot, this is your pop-off valve, and water's either going to leak out of it or it's going to pop off and open up so that it doesn't overpressurize. It's
Okay.
just a safety thing. I'm sure you know about that, don't you? So that's back to when I was saying you're going to store it away for a while. You do want to make sure that these are open before you leave the campground if you know you're going to store it away. That way, as you're traveling down the highway, the water is going to drain out of this. So this is just this is the very end of your hot and cold sides of your water system.
Okay.
So open up your fresh tank drain, open up these two, and then drive away.
Okay.
You'll be good to store it whenever you get back to the house.
All right.
Of course, this is the other side of your pass-through storage compartment.
Yep.
And yours has this latch as well on the same side. All you have to do is just pull that up.
Yep.
And then it just latches itself.
And what about, how's that light going?
So that's a center
Oh, okay.
push-button puck
Okay.
light.
That's the one you don't want to. I'm gonna
You don't wanna
never
leave
use.
it
Never
on.
use it.
Use
Never
the
use it, because that's the
flashlight.
one
Yeah,
that kills the battery.
Yeah, you'll accidentally.
That's
Yeah.
why
If you're
you
anything
need to
like
get
me,
one
you'll
of those
leave it on.
construction lights too.
Right.
But
Yeah,
travel.
definitely. So we're plugged into shore power right now. You can check your battery levels right here. So you push this button, you can see it's all the way lit up at C for charging. You disconnect from shore power, it's going to be 3 lights or G for good battery.
Okay.
And if it drops down, it'll tell you.
Okay.
Your fresh tank is full right now, and then your black tank and your gray tank. So you only have one black tank and one gray tank like his does.
Yeah.
This is pretty much just how they come from the manufacturer. So those other black tank 2
Oh, okay.
and gray tank
Yeah.
2 are kind of in out.
Okay. So it's just the ones.
Yeah, so it's the ones. And with your black tank, I don't suggest letting it actually get full whenever you go to dump it. I'd actually dump it at 2/3. And I don't know if I went over this with y'all. They do sell black tank treatment inside, different kinds. Just follow the directions of whichever one it is that you buy. But it is best, I highly suggest using those, because not only does it break down the solids, but there's sensor probes. Did I tell you this? There's sensor probes inside your black tank
I don't think
that
so.
you want to keep clean.
Yeah.
Otherwise, over time, if you don't, they can corrode or get gunked up and throw false readings on this, which you want to try to prevent. So I definitely flush my black tank every single time and use black tank treatment as well.
Okay, and where do you put the treatment?
Straight down the toilet.
Oh, okay.
Just drop it right into the toilet.
Okay.
LP gas and electric for your hot water heater. This is your water pump. Might be a little air popping off right at first.
So you only turn that on when you're going to run water and...
Yeah, so that's only when you're pulling from your fresh tank.
Okay.
And it's pulling through the hot water heater right now.
Okay.
That's why it's taking a second. You got what they call a head of air in the hot water heater right now. So it's pretty much just filling that up and then the water line.
Okay.
There it goes. LED light strip for your awning and your ceiling lights are right here. This is for your slide room, which we'll close up at the end. I'll show you. I'll let you do that. And then your awning retract and extend. And as I said, you can leave your arm the way it is down there and it'll straighten itself right out.
Okay.
And
Where's your
sun's up. AC is actually, so you have a manual AC,
gotcha.
really good AC. It really, especially for a unit that size. But this, you have the thermostat, which does both the furnace and the air conditioner. The air conditioner is going to be straight out of these ceiling vents. Your furnace is going to be out of the floor registers.
And where was my furnace? Where do I turn that on?
So as soon as you walk in the door, straight in your face, that little black box with the on-off switch on the right side, on the top, that's your furnace.
Okay.
So you'll just take that little button that you see at the top and switch it to the left,
Gotcha.
and it'll kick off for you. This is, of course, a little bit different. So what you'll do, let's go back to the off. So it's off right now. What you can do is go to this mode, and you can have the option of the fan right here and your fan adjustments. Then your air conditioner and your temperature adjustments. You hear your compressor just kick in. So now you're going to start feeling cold air. And then to get to your furnace, that's the third time you hit it.
Okay.
Blower will kick on a few moments later. You'll hear it ignite. Furnace absolutely runs off 12 volt. So you can run your furnace without being plugged into 110. And within moments you'll hear it maybe. Try to click, it'll ignite, and then within a minute or so you'll be able to start feeling hot air come out of the registers.
Okay.
Same with yours. And then we'll go back to the AC because it's kind of hot. But so another thing about your AC, if you want to get more air pressure, you can actually close these.
Oh, okay.
And that's gonna push the air further. Now this is pretty cool. You actually could have a clothes hamper or
Right
a basket
under it? Yeah.
right underneath
Nice.
it, so you can throw your
Yeah, that's what that's for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
We saw that when we looked at it.
Yeah.
Didn't know why we'd want to get into that storage space, but now I do.
Cable up off those that you can rip the mounts out if you do that. So what you want to do is you'll twist them, break the friction, and you'll put your hand in the center of it, pop it up, and it'll come right off.
Okay.
The direction it is now, you want the round out, and it'll actually slide and sit on top of the table ledge or the dinette ledge right there.
Okay.
And you can pull all your cushions together and you have a whole nother sleeping area.
Nice.
Breaker box and fuse panel.
Did she meow?
No, I forgot there was a cat here. 110 side, 12 volt side. At any point in time, one of these fuses blow. There's going to be a little red indicator light on the side of it that's going to light up so you don't have to go digging through it. And it's always good to keep fuses on hand.
Yeah.
You never know when you're going to.
Yeah.
Another thing is, obviously you have to have 110 to run the air conditioner and microwave. So if your air conditioner is on and you straight unplug shore power, disconnecting from 110, every so often you have the potential of popping your breaker. Of course, all you have to do is reset it. Just don't get into the habit of doing that, because you can actually stress out the converter that's behind this.
Okay.
So I would go ahead and make sure every time that you just kill your air
Everything.
conditioner, just
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
Just make sure it's cut off, and then you can safely disconnect from 110.
Okay.
Accent lights,
Yeah.
switch 1 for the top, switch 2 does top and an oven light.
Okay.
And you can just have them off if you
Yep.
like. So all you need to do to light these,
Okay, cool.
and use your igniter there. So I find that really cool. Even
Yeah.
with the accent lights on, it'll let you know which one is hot.
Okay.
So
Nice.
now your oven also ignites from this, and a little trick you can do is you can actually see or find the mirror image of where the pilot light is going to be if you're looking at it at the right angle here.
Okay.
If I'm back here, I may have to adjust it, but you'll be able to see it back there.
Okay.
But now move it to that. So you'll hold this, turn and hold this down, and it always takes longer for the oven to light for whatever reason. 20-30 seconds for the gas to reach there. So you'll just hold it down every few seconds, give it a couple turns, and there you go. So once it's lit, hold it down for about.
I'm seeing where it's lit. How do you see?
You use that as a mirror.
Yeah, right there, all the way. So after the pilot light lights, hold it down for 5 seconds or so, and then you can release and set your temperature.
Okay.
And then always make sure your pilot light goes out.
Yep.
Now it's smoking, brand new
Yeah.
unit, totally fine. It's
Okay.
just burning itself off.
Okay.
So your refrigerator here, it's your main power on and off. Button pushed in is going to be 110 power, and then button pushed out is going to be
Propane.
propane.
Okay.
Exactly. But if you have it on auto and you disconnect from 110, it's going to automatically light. All right. So if you want to, I'll let you go ahead.
So that's this.
Sit down.
So this is in.
In and out, yep. You'll want to hold it. But one thing, and you're good now. You're good now.
Oh,
But,
okay.
if you're at a campsite, you do want to do a walk around and make sure there's any kind of debris in the way, or chairs, or picnic tables.
Oh, okay. Oh, so when we're pushing it out.
Pushing it out or pulling it in.
Oh, okay.
You want to make sure there's nothing in the way.
All right. So.
And the top of the slide room, you'll want to walk around there and make sure there's no limbs or debris on top of it. Otherwise,
Okay.
it can get into the slide seals, and even the smallest little twig can cause an opening in the slide seal for water intrusion.
Okay.
So you can definitely damage your seals if you
Okay.
if you have
So
any kind
that's
of debris
something.
up there.
Just be thoroughly careful.
Yep.
Check the surroundings before pushing it in or out.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yep.
got it. All right, so I'm gonna finish pushing this in, and does it just stop automatically, or?
Yeah. Once it's in, it'll stop.
Okay. Wow. So yeah, you can't get to the bathroom with it pushed in.
Nope. But that's another thing, though. The slide room itself operates off 12 volt.
Okay.
So if you're on the side of the road or something and you wanted to get to the bathroom, or if
So
you
and
needed
then
to
I
get
just
back there,
only have to slide it far enough out to get by, right? Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So you don't have to be plugged into 110 to operate the slide room.
Okay. Sweet. All right. And what was your name again?
Tyler.
Tyler.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, really appreciate it. you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely, man.
Good
It's been
deal.
a pleasure. And you want to check your locks?
Yeah.
Well, actually, let's run your awning in real quick.
Okay. Here, I'll.
Put your access panel back on.
Oh yeah.
pull it up, slide right into place. Now they'll actually ride like that, but I do see a lot of people using bungee cords to wrap around here just as a added protection.
Okay, and then to just pull up to. Oh, okay. Got it.
Stand up.
Sweet.
Pretty straightforward and easy, but I mean sometimes, you know, if you did it like I did from the side, it might be a little tougher. So being directly in front of it makes it easier.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks, man. So this was insane. It was so much to do and so much to learn. But we're hooked up. We've got the weigh and sway packages. There's Alex's truck and camper all hooked up. And then here's ours. Oh, watch out for that, Odin. Here's ours with the weigh and sway package and all connected. So, and then I'm just gonna feed Odin now and we're gonna hit the road, right?
Have a great time, and I'll stay in touch with you.
And we'll be in touch. Thank you.
Bye.
We'll see you. You ready to do this?
Yeah, don't forget to tell him about the don't go over
I won't.
65.
I won't.
So they said the good range is 55 to 65.
Okay, and 35 down the mountain.
Around. They
Okay.
didn't say that. I just know that's what they recommend for trucks.
Okay, cool.
You ready, buddy?
Let's go. Here we go. Nervous, but it's gonna be a blast and everything will work out fine. You all set?
We're all set. Hop in, baby. Dust bullets rides.
All right, let's go.